Oh dear, okay.
The Pope takes a poop and the President too, and the fancy pants banker in his three-piece suit. The big fat general and all of his troops. The truth of the matter is everybody poops.
Welcome, champion. I hope you're ready for this class. Okay, in our last class we talked about regular verbs. We stopped at regular verbs, right? And we're told the different forms that the regular verbs take. We talked about the ed, ied, and the double consonants and ed. So today we'll be talking about irregular verbs and other verbs. Now, irregular verbs, just like the regular verb takes the ed form, irregular verbs change their form to form the past tense. They change the spellings to form a past tense. For instance, we have go. The past tense will not be goed, like G-O-E-D. It will be went. Do you understand? Okay, like become. If it's a regular verb, it would have taken becomed. But because it is an irregular verb, it takes became. Then swim is swam. Then take is took. I know there are so many other ones that you know. Do you understand? Okay. So now let's go to other things that we need to know about irregular verbs. The best way to know irregular verbs is to learn them by heart, by committing them to memory. You understand? Because the simple rule in irregular verbs is that it changes its form in the simple past tense. Now, we gave you some examples before. These are other examples. When we see fly, instead of flied, you have flew. When you see say, instead of said, we have said. You understand? We have sit, instead of seated, to say he is seated at my seat. No, that is very wrong. You have sat. He sat at my seat. Okay, we have run. It's not run, is ran. Then to draw is drew. Then the last one here we have drink, drank. There are so many others that we look at in our examples. So just know that the best way to know your irregular verbs is to commit them to memory. Okay? Now let's go to examples. The first verb we have here is speak. Now, what is going to be the past tense for the verb speak? We have speaked, spoke, spoked. Okay, remember the rule. It says that an irregular verb changes its form to get a past tense. So now we have I spoke to my aunt on the phone today. Do you understand? It's not speak. I speak to my is wrong. I spoke to my is wrong. The answer is spoke. So the past tense of speak is spoke. And the next word we have is find. The past tense amongst these options is found. Mary found a tiny puppy walking down the road. Okay, the next one is strike. Remember we said that the verb changes its form, so it's going to be struck, not stroke, not strike. Do you understand? Okay, the pitcher struck out 3 batters in last night's game. Now we have whip. The last word we have there is whip, and if it's going to change its form, it's going to be wept, not whipped. Do you understand? Shola wept when she heard the sad news. Do you understand that now? Okay, there are so many other examples you have to know. Just know that an irregular verb changes its form. Right. Okay, we have the helping verb. Just like the name implies, the function of the helping verb is to help. Now what is it helping? It's helping the main verb. The main verb is the one that talks about the action, that tells the action. Okay, so now what does it help the main verb to do? It helps the main verb by giving more information about it. Do you understand that now? So now, for instance, we have Jenny has taken her cat to the vet. Now, taking is the main verb, that's to take. Taking, the past tense, you understand? So now, the helping verb here is has. Do you get it now? It helps to tell you if she has taken or she has not, if the action has been done or not. Do you understand? Every word or every sentence has a helping verb. Do you understand? Let's not use every. Most sentences have helping verbs. Do you understand? Without the helping verb in most sentences, that sentence will not be complete. Now we have examples of helping verbs here. We have am, I am, is, she is, are, they are, was, I was, were, we were, has, she has, have, they have, had, they had, would, I would, could, she could. Do you understand? Should, we should, may, I may, she may, can, I can, must, might, I must, I might. Do you understand? You see, these words help the main verb, and just shortly after the helping verb, you see the main verb. Like, for instance, I would come, I can dance. Do you understand? The helping verb is can, then dance is the main verb. So the function of the helping verb is to help the main verb. Let's get examples. Now we have Caroline is meeting with the manager of each department. If you take a good look at it, you find that is there is in capital letter. The ones in capital letters is the helping verb, while the one that has been asterisked is the main verb. Caroline is meeting with the manager of each department. You see, the helping verb is always coming before the main verb. Okay, let's see the next example. Now we have was, we have fixing. Fixing is the main verb, was is the helping verb. John was fixing the flat tire on the car. Then the next one, should, helping, leave, main verb. Do you understand? We should leave now because it's getting late. Do you understand that now? Okay, we have may, we have play. You may play outside when you finish your chores. Now imagine there is no helping verb here. Those sentences will not make sense. For instance, you play outside when you finish your chores. You say it means something different. It doesn't really make sense. Now it doesn't show that I'm telling you that you have to play outside after your chores. You get it now? For instance, another one, I am reading a book about the history of inventions in the United States. For instance, I'm taking out the helping verb and leaving just the main verb. Imagine the sentence, I reading a book. Does it make sense? No. The am there is supposed to help the main verb so that the word or the sentence would make sense to the listeners. Do you understand that now? Okay. So now let's give you some other examples. Now you see the verb can. Can is used to express ability. Each of these helping verbs, they have their various work they do. Do you understand? Just the general work they do is to give information about the main verb, but specifically most of them have their own job. Like the word can is used to express ability. I can solve the math problem. That is, I have the ability to solve the math problem. Do you understand? Now may is used to express permission or possibility, like is it possible, should I do it, you understand. Now, may I borrow your social studies book? May I, it's used for to seek permission, you understand, or to see how possible it would be for me to borrow your social studies book. The other one is the teacher may cancel the test. That's the possibility. Now the first one is for the permission, to take permission, while the other one is used to show the possibility. If you look at each of these, after the helping verb comes the main verb. The first one is I can solve the problem. Solve is the main verb, can the helping. May I borrow? Borrow is the main verb, while the may is the helping verb. The other one, may cancel. The teacher may cancel the test tomorrow. Okay. Now the last one is must. Must is used to express necessity, how important something is. You must pass the exam to be promoted. Now you can write an exam, but you're writing your exam does not mean you will pass or you'll be promoted. Do you understand? Your passing is what assures your promotion. Do you understand? That is why the must is there, to help the pass. You must pass the exam to be promoted. I guess you understand. All right, so let's go to the next one. Okay, linking verbs. Now linking in this context talks about the state of being. Okay, the linking verbs tells what someone or something is, was, or will be. They can be replaced with an equal sign. Now let me explain this. When we say it can be replaced with an equal sign, that is, in place of the word, the linking verb, you can put an equal sign. That is, for instance, this example we are giving here is those barking dogs are a problem. So if you want to replace the linking verb with an equal sign, you can just say those barking dogs equal to a problem. Do you understand? So when we say those barking dogs equal to a problem, you're still saying the same thing as those barking dogs are a problem. You understand? Okay. So I'll give you other explanations. Let me differentiate between the linking verb and the helping verb, because I know you say was among the helping verbs we talked about. So let me tell you the differences between the linking verb and the helping verb. Like I first established, that a helping verb comes before the main verb, and the helping verb tells more or gives more information about the main verb. But the linking verb tells what someone or something is, not just is, was, and will be. That's it tells what something or someone will be. It talks about the future, the present, and the past, and it can also be replaced with an equal sign. So I'll give you some examples so that you would not get confused. I'll give you examples of some sentences and tell you if that is a linking or a helping verb. Now I'm going to do the two together. The nurse was helping the patient walk, and the counselor was a considerate, helpful person. Now if you look at these two sentences, it has was in it, but one is a helping verb while the other is a linking verb. Now look at this. If you look at the first one, there is a noun before the was and there is a verb after the was. Now look at the second one. There is a noun before the was and there is an adjective after the was. Do you understand? So now while that first was is assisting the main verb, that the main verb helping, the second one is talking about the state of being of the counselor. Do you understand that now? So the first one is a helping verb while the second one is a linking verb. Now we have another one. Grandma is cooking. The is there is assisting the main verb, which is cooking. Grandma is cooking Thanksgiving dinner. That is why it is a helping verb. While the other one says the policeman will be we're talking about the state of being of the policeman. While the helping verb helps the verb, the linking verb talks about the state of being of the noun. Do you understand that? That's the difference, the major difference. The linking verb helps the verb, while the helping verb helps the verb, while the linking verb talks about the state of being of the noun. That is the simplest way I can explain it to you. I hope you understand. Very good. Now we'll be dealing with progressive verb tenses. If you recall, we talked about verb tenses before: the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. But this one is progressive. The difference between that one and this one is in progress. Okay, now it shows action that is in progress, that is now, or was in progress, past, or will be in progress, future. Do you understand? That is the present progressive, the past progressive, and the future progressive. Do you understand? Okay, the progressive verb tense is made up of a form of the verb to be and a main verb ending with ing. Because it is in progress, that is continuous, it will be in ing. But there will always be a verb to be before the main verb. Do you understand? For instance, we have in the progressive verb tense, we have I'm watching. I am watching a movie. Do you understand? Now, if that sentence is going to be in the past progressive, it will be I was watching a movie. It means it has passed. While the future will now be I will be watching. Do you understand? It means it's talking about the future, but it is still in progress. Do you understand? Very good. This one is quite easy. Now we have another one. They are laughing. They were laughing. And they will be laughing. You get? Then the last one is John is writing. John was writing. John will be writing. This one is quite easy. Do you understand? The first thing you have to note is, though it is in the past, the present, and the future, but it is in progress, that is continuous, you have to add your ing. So what makes it past, present, or future is that verb that is before the main verb. Do you understand that now? Very good. All right, let's go to the next one, the last one. The perfect verb tenses. Now it has three parts: the present, the past, and the future. The present perfect tense talks about actions, expresses actions that happened in the past, or actions in the past that lingers in the present. Now they make use of the has or have. For instance, we have she has applied for many jobs at the moment. It is both present and past. You understand? It combines both. It has happened in the past and also in the present. Now we have the past perfect tense. It expresses an action that happened in the past before another past action. Now this one makes use of had, and together with the past tense of the main verb. One thing you have to note about these three perfect tenses is that they both use the past tense of the main verb, but with different words before it. Do you understand that now? For instance, for the past perfect tense, we have Mr. Abies had already called my mom before I got home. If you look at the verb there, we have called, and the one before it is had. While the present use has and have, the past use had. Okay, the last one here is the future perfect tense, which expresses an action that will happen in the future before another action. And this one uses will have together with the past tense of the main verb. For instance, by next Saturday, I will have driven more than 2,000 miles. I hope you understand that. Okay, this brings us to the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Till see in our next class. Bye.